So today I'm going to talk about 4 things you need to know if you're buying a house at auction. 4 things you need to know if you're buying a house at auction. Hey there, this is KG with Fairfax Realty. I'm a realtor in the DMV area and also an investor. We help buyers and sellers, buyers to buy their dream home and sellers to sell their house for the maximum amount of money in the least amount of time. And we do this in the Maryland, DC, and Virginia region, from Bowie to Baltimore to Silver Spring to Arlington to Fort Washington and everywhere in between. We help buyers buy their houses and sellers sell their houses. So listen, if you're looking to buy, sell, or move to this area, contact us below and we'll take care of you. Also, I do video market updates on different things that is going on in our market. Subscribe to the channel below so you get updates once a new video is uploaded. All right, so there are a lot of different ways to buy houses this day, and one of them is actually in auction. You know, you can buy a house at auction. Sometimes you can just sit down at your house and click and buy online without going anywhere. Sometimes you have to go to the house. It's a live auction or courthouse for court auction. So before you make that trip to buy a house at auction, there are 4 things that I want you to be aware of before you make that decision. What is the first thing? What type of auction is this going to be? All right. Find out what type of auction and what do I mean? Is it a lender foreclosure auction at the courthouse where they're trying to do the sale and then go back and complete the transaction? Is it a lender foreclosure that is already the lender are the owner of the house right now, so they're trying to sell it instead of using a realtor? They would sell it online using an auction house or in person, or is this a regular seller auction that wants to just sell it at auction? So you want to find out what type of auction you're trying to bid on, because every auction has their own rules and regulation. That's the first thing you want to find out, what type of auction. The next thing you want to find out is the property is it occupied or vacant? So if you're buying if you're bidding on a lender auction at a courthouse, you can go and drive around and look at the house, but you will not be able to get in. It's against the law to get in because the lender is not the owner of the house yet. So, but the question is, if you buy the house at the courthouse, is the lender going to deliver the house to you vacant? You need to find out. If it's a lender auction in online that the lender already took possession of the house, you can go and look at it. If it's listed for sale, or many times it's listed for sale, you can go in and look at it. But then there are other times where the lender said it's occupied and you cannot go there. And that is true, you cannot go and look at the house. So, but the question is, if it is occupied, how are they going to deliver it to you? Are you going to be the one to get the occupant out, or are they going to deliver the house to you vacant once you close on the transaction? Of course, if it's a seller auction, a regular seller, they will probably deliver the house to you vacant. So you need to find that out. The next thing you need to also make sure you are aware of is the financing. How are you going to finance the house if you're the owner, if you win the bid? Are you going to pay cash, or are you going to get a loan? So if you're going to get a loan, of course you want to get your loan pre-approved before you actually make a decision to bid an auction. And what type of financing are you using? Ad money lender? Is it a conventional loan or FHA loan? So depending on the loan, right? If you bid on a house that is occupied and you cannot get in, then you cannot use certain type of loan. So you need to know what type of loan you're going to get so that you know if the auction is the way for you to go. Lastly, is the cost of buying at auction. So when you see a house, when they advertise a house in auction, when they say 100,000, know that the 100,000 is actually the opening bid. That is not going to be the winning bid. That is the opening bid. That is the minimum they're going to start with, and it goes up from there. And some auctioneer and some sellers either bank or regular sale, they have a minimum bid, which they don't disclose, but they have a minimum bid. So you need to know. So you need to know exactly what the cost of it when you win a bid. So let's talk about the cost. This is where I want you to kind of get more, fine tune it before you go out and bid on a house. Before you bid on a house, the auctioneer will tell you the minimum amount of money you need to bring to the auction so that you can bid. If it's live or if it's online, the minimum that you have to be able to pay once you're at the winning bid. Sometimes it can be 10,000, it can be 7,005. It depends. You have to look at the rules that the auctioneer website on what they're requesting. And this money are supposed to should be in certified fund, not just check. Go to the bank and get a certified check. Right. What about the buyer's premium? How much is the buyer's premium? This is on top of the winning bid. I've seen buyer's premium from 4%. Actually, there's no 4% anymore. From 5% to 10%. So if you are the winning bid, this is an additional fee that you have to pay. So for example, if you win a bid of 100,000, the buyer's premium is going to be on top of that. So if your buyer's premium is 5%, so it's going to be 5% of your winning bid of 100,000. That is going to be additional to the sales price. Closing costs. When you're buying a house at auction, you as the buyer pays all the closing costs. The seller do not pay any closing costs. The rule of thumb for closing costs is if you're doing a regular sale, closing costs can run between 3% to 3.5%. But if you are buying at an auction, your closing costs will double. It's going to be around 6% because you as a buyer are paying all the closing costs. What about the homeowner association? What about the utilities? What about the property tax? What about interest on balance? If you're buying lender's foreclosure auction at the courthouse, once you are the winning bid, you take responsibility for all those things. You're going to be responsible for the homeowner association. You're going to be responsible for the utilities. You're going to be responsible for the property taxes until you close on the deal, and you're going to be responsible for the interest on the they will charge you interest on the balance of the winning bid until you actually close on the transaction. So when you win a bid at auction, they will give you time. They can give you 30 to 45 days to close. Are you going to be fined? Are you going to be charged an extension fee if you don't close within that 45 days? You need to find out so that you know what you're dealing with before you get in. So these are the things that you need to know if you're going to buy a house at auction. Do your homework and don't get carried away with the auction frenzy, because you can really get broke quickly if you're buying a house at auction if you don't know all these things. So listen, until next time, I'm going to discuss something else that comes up in real estate. So don't forget, if you're looking to buy, sell in the DMV area, move to the DMV area, move out of the area, contact me below and I'll take care of you. And if you're looking to invest in real estate, create generational wealth for your family, contact me below and I'll take care of you. All right, ciao.